What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This your boy Louisiana Chris, and you tune in to Louisiana Chris Show. You heard me? And this video is me speaking on David Arquette and how I feel about David Arquette's career and why it should have been more bigger than what it should have been after he did the Scream films, and how the way I feel about his career. It seems like after Scream 3, scratch that. After movies like Egg-Legged Freaks, where he did that movie with Scarlett Johansson and then Dougie Doug and C Spot Run with Anthony Anderson and that kid from 2.5 Men. And I think he did 3 days. Yeah, he was in 3 days of Miles to Graceland. It's almost like after those freaking movies, his career did not take off, especially in the wrestling. Oh, he was also in Ready to Rumble. But thinking back in the 90s, right? In the 90s, he was just mainly just a side-ass character, if we really keeping the buck. It's almost like his career did not take off like it should have. I don't know if y'all want to agree with me or not. If y'all know who David Arquette is, he plays mainly Dewey from the Scream movies. If he's better known as that. But my introduction to David Arquette was really See Spy Run, where he plays the mailman and all that, and always getting like punked by this dog and shit. R.I.P. to Michael Clark Duncan, because Michael Clark Duncan did his thing in See Spot Run, and the kid from 2.5 Men who plays Jake. I think you pronounce the real actor name who plays in the movie is Angus T. Jones. I haven't seen See Spot Run since I was a jit, and that shit was a good ass movie and stuff like that. That the dog being one of the Asian top dogs and shit, a K9 dog, and then he winds up like one day ending up in a mail truck, and he wants a life outside of the police force. To me, that was a good movie with David Arquette, Anthony Anderson. If y'all haven't seen See Spot Run, y'all go ahead and watch that shit. It used to be on I used to have that shit on VHS and motherfucking DVD. But yeah, See Spot Run was good. Egg-Legged Freaks was a good one too with him in it. But the CGI and Egg-Legged Freaks just don't hold up today. But it was cool to see if you watched that shit back in the day. But David Arquette looking at his career, man, like, especially in the 90s, all he was known for was being Courtney Cox's husband and being in Scream. I mean, he had I think his first movie was Where the Day Takes You, but nobody don't remember that shit if you like an older cat growing up in the 90s. And that was Will Smith's first movie that he was in with David Arquette. His second movie was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that came out in 1992, and they made it out of a TV show back in the late 90s, where I was born in 97. Or maybe it was 96. I don't remember. They made a film in 96. Yeah, they aired it in 97, the year I was born in. Then he was in 1999 movie where if you don't know this is like type of movies where they did teen romance and like She's All That, Wherever It Takes. He was in that Drew Barrymore. He reunited with Drew Barrymore in that movie Never Been Kissed. That was a good one. But other than that, man, he was mainly a side character in the 90s and was known for dating Courtney Cox because of her success in Friends. And after that, after the 2000s hit, he wound up marrying Courtney Cox. But other than that, bro, man, David Arquette career should have been at this height right here, at the highest. He comes from a big family, like Patricia, like his sisters, like Patricia Arquette, Roxanne Arquette. They in some movies like True Romance, Pulp Fiction, the whole nine. Nightmare on his other sister was in Nightmare on Elm Street, the third one. Like, he comes from a big family, but it's almost like they was in more movies, more hits than David Arquette. Like, after Egg-Legged Freaks and C Spot Run and 30 Days Miles to Great, even though his role was short at 3,000 Miles to Graceland, I felt like. But then again, Courtney Cox, his wife, was in that fucking movie. So it's almost like his success in the 2000s only fucking took off because of who he was married to. And at that time, she was already doing the success of the of the TV show Friends. She was already established as an actress, but TV actress though. But other than that, bro, I think David Arquette's career should have been the highest. Especially when you're a male actor. It's almost like, man, that's just fucked up how David Arquette. But it's not his fault, like, personal. Like, he said himself that he had low self-esteem, personal issues, struggles with the marriage. That probably has something to do with because of how famous Courtney Cox was more than him and stuff, and he couldn't take it, and he couldn't take the fame, and he couldn't take the wrestling thing. Even though he was alright as a wrestler, but David Arquette just... And he one of my favorite actors, and I wanted him to be more bigger than the way he should have been outside of the screen. A lot of people don't know Egg-Legged Freaks or C Spot Run, Never Been Kissed, even though that's a Drew Barrymore movie, but then again, he's a side character in that and in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He's one of the friends of Luke Perry, R.I.P. Ready to Rumble, he was like a side character to Scott Caan. I think that's James Caan, Con Caan, one of his sons and shit. If y'all know what Ready to Rumble is, that's a wrestling movie that came out the year 2000s that had like a lot of wrestlers that was at that peak at that time that came out. John Cena first movie was Ready to Rumble, and he's in that movie for a little bit, but he don't have a speaking role. But yeah, man, I like, even in Scream 4, which I hate the fucking movie, it's almost like after that, it went downhill after that. Once he was in Scream 4, you could tell that the chemistry between him and Courtney Cox not there no more. And he just was kind of terrible off on Scream 4. And to me, that's like his worst movie of all time, if you ask me. But anyways, I'm out. This your boy, Louisiana Chris. Thank y'all for watching the Louisiana Chris Show. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to my channel. And I just wanted to lay that out there, that David Arquette's career should have been better than what it should have been. Peace.